Hi guys, it's me again. I noticed a couple of videos from some other crocheters on YouTube showing off their crochet bags. So I thought that looked like fun, so I'm going to do that for you today. I actually have one bag here. It's my cute apple tote bag. I was actually just going to use it as like a purse kind of tote bag. I found it at the mall for it was on sale for like $2 or $3 and it was like the cutest thing, and I was going to use it as a purse. And then I had the genius idea of using it as a knitting or crochet bag. So this is the bag I use to hold some of my yarns. Obviously they don't all fit in here. It's kind of small. In here I have a few bags of various balls of yarn that my mom actually found at Goodwill shops for me. She occasionally finds these bags of yarn, and because the Goodwill shops just put a whole bunch of random things in a bag and then sell them for like $1. This one was $1.29. So my mom picks these up for me when she can find them. And there's some more in here. I have no idea what I'm going to use them for, but I'm sure I can find something. And this is actually my knitting needle bag, and it's supposed to be a crochet video, but my mom actually found me a whole pile of knitting needles at a Goodwill store as well. And I found this bag at a local department store. I live in Canada, and we have a department store here called Zellers. It's like almost exactly the same as Target in America. And I found this in the craft section, and it was only like $5, and I figured, might as well just spend the $5 rather than spend the time and money on material to sew my own knitting needle bag. So here are my knitting needles of all different shapes and sizes. And I have another pack of knitting needles here that wouldn't fit because all the slots are full. So I just kind of fold it in there. And then besides my crochet bag, I also have my crochet holder, organizer. I don't know what you would call this thing, but it folds up and I really like it. I found it at a discount craft store for like $2. I really should have bought another one because they don't have any left now. But so in here I have some other, this is the last of my yarn from the blanket I showed in the previous video. And some half-done projects here. I have a fluffy scarf I was crocheting this past winter, and I just never finished it and kind of got bored of it. I hope to finish it soon though, because it's so nice and soft. It's actually a brand of yarn that was in like the baby yarn section, and it's so soft and I love it. I can't remember what brand it is, and I don't have the label anymore, but what is my sewing machine instructions. I don't know what they're doing in here, but this is one of the first granny squares I ever made. I think this was my first attempt at switching colors of yarn in a granny square. I don't know what that's doing in there. I thought I got rid of all my squares. Apparently I did not. This was, yeah, this is all ruined and crumpled and pulling and stuff. This was this was a panel from what was going to be a purse. I was knitting a bag, and then I was going to crochet a flower to put on it, and I only got halfway through one panel, and that's all I have of the purse. And then I got kind of bored because knitting, especially when you're knitting a very large piece, can get very tedious and boring, and I just kind of gave up. I still eventually want to finish it though, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Oh, there's the other knitting needle for that. These are my giant knitting needles, which I used for my first attempt at knitting. I made a big giant scarf with these. And you probably can't tell, but they have teeth marks in them because my cats decided they were good chew toys, apparently. And now we get into the good stuff. In here I have my Afghan hook. I actually just recently taught myself how to do Afghan stitch. Very much like knitting. And I was going to try to make an Afghan out of it, and then I just didn't. Don't know what that's doing in here. More knitting needles. How many knitting needles do I have? Wow. And then in here we have just a whole bunch of random patterns for things. In some of the craft stores, in the yarn aisles, they have like these papers with random patterns just hanging on the aisles, and you can take them for free. So I have like a whole bunch that I've never ever used. I'd like to use them, but I just never have the time. And there's some Christmas ones. And then we have my crochet hooks. I actually got this idea from Beth in Texas 1. I have my hooks and my tapestry needles in M&M's Minis tubes. They're actually really handy. It took me a while to find the tubes, actually, because for some reason most of the stores around here don't sell M&M Minis anymore. But I managed to find a couple at Walmart, so yay Walmart. So I only have 3 hooks right now. It came in they are boy brand hooks. They came in a pack of 3. I have an I, a J, and an H. And that's pretty much all I need for the crocheting I do, because most patterns use these 3 sizes here for the stuff that I make. So I eventually want to branch out, but I need more time and money. And then all my tapestry hooks are in here, or tapestry needles, I should say. I started off with some plastic ones, but I don't really like the plastic ones. I went out and bought some metal ones. Those are way better for weaving in my tails and whatnot on my crochet projects. And then I have more just random balls of yarn in here. And I have the first ever flower I crocheted. I don't know which way looks nicer. I think this way looks nicer. And this was my first attempt at crocheting a circle. And my husband started using this as a coaster, and now there's like stains all over it. Thanks, dear. Yeah, just some more random stuff. I have some random ribbon and stuff that I thought I might use for some craft project, but I've never gotten around to using them. And I don't know why these are in here. These are my husband's paints and paintbrushes. He painted something on a t-shirt for Halloween one year, and these are just sitting in here. And yeah, just some other scraps of yarn and stuff in here. And in the pockets on the front here, I have my round knitting needles, which I never learned how to use, but I eventually am going to learn how to use them. Again, my mom found these at a thrift store somewhere. Yeah, my mom loves her bargain shopping. This was the first ever crochet hook I bought from a department store, and I don't like it. It's plastic and crappy, and I just don't like it. But I can't bear to throw it out. And this is my knitting gauge checker and my knitting needle and crochet hook checker. I bought this because a lot of the knitting needles my mom bought me from the thrift stores had no sizes printed on them, and I had no idea what sizes they were, and I had to buy this to figure it out. And it's actually really handy, and I found it at Walmart, and it was like less than $2. So everyone should have one. It's very handy. And the last thing here is I just have a plastic bag full of other yarns that my mom found at thrift stores. I have this soft pink yarn, and I'm saving it in case anyone I know ever has a baby girl. And I'm planning to knit a baby blanket, or crochet a baby blanket out of this yarn. And some genius at the thrift store decided to, this one had no label, and someone decided to wrap big, wide, clear tape around it, and I don't think I can get it off without ruining the yarn, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to save this skein. If anyone has any ideas of how I can get this tape off without ruining the yarn, I'd appreciate you sharing those with me. But I don't have any hope left for this skein. But I have a whole bunch of other yarns, so if I can't use this, that's fine. And then I have this shiny gold yarn, and I was planning to knit or crochet some little ornaments for my Christmas tree this past year, but I never got around to it because I was so busy with work. So hopefully next year. And that's about all I have right now. I've only been knitting and crocheting for a couple of years, so I have a very small collection right now. But hopefully my collection will grow in time. And happy crocheting!